this performance ends with Argentina winning 1-0. Lautaro Martinez getting the game-winning goal. Argentine fans, let me see you. Let me see you in the chat. Show your love for your team because you guys showed out today. At the end of the day, with Messi getting injured, going off in tears, Di Maria playing his last game ever wearing the Argentine national team jersey, Colombia and Argentina fans going through a lot just to get into this match prior to the game, thus delaying it for an hour and a half. Shakira, halftime performance, extra time. So much happened in this game, but still, the one remaining truth is Argentina ends it as champions. Argentina lift the Copa America once again, I think, to ultimately take the lead in Copa America trophies overall between them and Uruguay as well.
Yes. And I think the way you described it was so perfect because it was the moments outside of the pitch that were more memorable than what actually happened on the pitch. Because, let's be honest, guys, 0-0 after 90 minutes. It took a lot for there to be really any goal-mouth action in this game. This was a brawl. This was another Copa America battle. Pretty unfluid game, if we're also being honest. I mean, I think a lot of people agree with me here, just saying, this was kind of a boring game. Yeah. And I do want to be honest. This definitely was a pretty boring final. But the fact of the matter is, Leandro Paredes got on the ball, beautiful slide tackle, gives it to Lo Celso, who gives a beautiful one-touch finish to Lautaro Martinez, who puts it away. I do think Camilo Vargas probably could have stood up a little bit higher to get the block. But either way, Argentina win this game in extra time 1-0. It was a beautiful sequence of play the game was desperately begging for. Colombia played great, though. And I honestly think they deserve to go to penalties. Yeah. I think they played enough to get the draw overall, but it's unfortunate.
That's kind of what happens at extra time. One little miss happens, suddenly you're on the ropes. And the thing is, it is, I think, symbolic that Lautaro Martinez ends up being the one to score because Messi comes off in this game, and that was a big moment that we'll dissect in a moment, but Lautaro gets subbed into this match, not replacing Messi. I think that was Nico Gonzalez, but later in the match getting a moment to get a chance in this game, and Lautaro Martinez has had a remarkable tournament so far. I have to commend him after, he caught a lot of flack for his performance at the 2022 FIFA World Cup because of a lot of sitters that he missed and ultimately didn't rise to the occasion that people had asked for. Well, it's here at the Copa America where he ends it with 4 goals in this tournament, scoring the game winner in this game with ultimately the type of finish that was needed for the opportunity that was presented to himself. He got it past Camilo Vargas, scores the game winner, celebrates, and he has his moment. So honestly, I think he even has a shout for player of the tournament when you look at the tournament that he had because he consistently showed up for Argentina offensively, especially because so many of the games were so tight, and then he would be the one to break the deadlock for them, and then they would go on to win. So shout out Lautaro because he really stepped up with the responsibility that was given to him, and honestly because Argentina needed someone to do that offensively with Messi being injured.
Yes, and for me, Lautaro Martinez, I can't believe he didn't come on earlier. And that's not on him, that's on Scaloni. But he had shown throughout this entire tournament that he's a lot more clinical than he had been in the past with Argentina. I think it makes sense that he does get the goal because Julian Alvarez, just not his usual self with Argentina. But you could say that about a lot of Argentine players in this tournament. But it was Lautaro Martinez who really shone throughout this entire thing, gets the game-winning goal. Yeah, I do like that. He ended up getting, 4 goals at the end of this tournament. He was fantastic. But also players who came on, Lo Celso I thought was great. Paredes were great. But my God, dude, it was so late into the game. Scaloni was so hesitant to make any changes. He wanted to keep Di Maria on. He wanted to keep, Messi as long as he could on. But I guess let's also talk about Messi coming off because, dude, we saw Ronaldo cry, and I thought that was a big moment. Seeing Messi cry on the goddamn bench, I was like, geez, I got sad, man. No. I did not like seeing that. No. It was tough.
And the context here, I think, is different from the Ronaldo one, not to hate, but I think Messi crying kind of signified the fact that he had just endured a really tough injury, and it doesn't look like it's good. It looks a little concerning. Yeah. And there's rumors of this potentially being his last game for Argentina. We don't know. We don't know if he'll stick around for the World Cup, but if this injury does keep him out for a while, I mean, this is a saddening moment for Messi because he wanted to be in this game. He wanted to help Argentina lift the trophy. And so obviously you understand. It's crazy, bro, to see him cry like that, though. That is pretty crazy. That is pretty crazy. We rarely see that from Messi. I think the last time we saw it was when he announced announced his departure from Barcelona, man. So he was going through it in that on the bench after he got subbed off due to injury. But regardless, this Argentine team, man, they're fucking good. They're fucking good.
That's the takeaway. That's the takeaway.
Because I would still argue they didn't play like their best version today.
Nah.
But they neutralized a 28 games unbeaten Colombian side that was fully on form going into this match and had their fans in attendance today. Completely neutralized them. Lisandro Martinez and Cristian Romero, incredible once again in the back line. They shut down that Colombian excitement that was being formed, and they get the result. Yeah. It's that simple. I think this Argentine team, even if they don't play up to 100, an A-plus type performance, I now learned it's good enough to win the Copa America. And credit to him, bro, because that's why they're basically forming an international dynasty now with 2 Copa Americas in a row and a World Cup in between, plus a Finalissima. Argentina is an international dynasty to rival those of Spain, those of Brazil. And I think they deserve all the credit because I was really taken aback by how they didn't play incredible this tournament, but are still good enough to lift the trophy.
They're just so tough to beat. And they proved that by beating the next best team at this tournament in Colombia. Luis Diaz was pretty much nullified in this match. I mean, he was still his active self. It's not like he went ghost. But every time he tried to go one-on-one, for the most part, it was either Rodrigo de Paul on his back, getting the ball back, or just that entire Argentine defense, Martinez and Cuti Romero, shutting him down. Same thing with Cordoba. James Rodriguez had to come in a lot deeper to be more effective, and it's just not James' game to run that much in the pitch. So Colombia's offense was completely nullified. They had a good, I'd say, first 20, 30 minutes, and I actually thought they won the first half, you know, if you're calling it that way. But I'd say for the rest of the second half, and honestly for pretty much the rest of the game, including extra time, Argentina's just class and their defensive work rate ultimately won them this game. But yeah, it's so hard to beat Argentina is the ultimate takeaway here. And I just think it just kind of sucks if you're Colombia, though, because this was such a big opportunity.
Yeah, this was a golden opportunity, honestly, with the context, what was going on before this game started. Like, I thought this was in the making. That's why I ultimately flipped my prediction from picking Argentina before the tournament started to then switching over to Colombia right before this game, because I just thought that form was so good, man. It was so good, and Argentina did it once again. Did the two of you talk about the fans going into a packed full stadium with the security getting involved? Let's address that, because this game,
oh my God,
the
bro.
biggest match of this tournament, the Copa America, ends up getting delayed basically an hour and a half. I believe it was like an hour 20, and it's crazy. It's crazy. The scenes that I saw, people going through vents to get into this game, people jumping over fences, a lot of crowd action where like people were getting trampled as well. It looked terrible, bro. It honestly looked terrible, scary for some people, and also just kind of embarrassing from CONMEBOL's perspective, because this is the biggest game of the tournament with the two hottest teams in it, trying to just make up for an incredible atmosphere. It was supposed to be a really fun game in Miami, and it ends up starting off with this super just disappointing drama beforehand.
I'm so done with CONMEBOL, man, because this is happening pretty much every window. We saw it a lot with Argentina, Brazil. Now we're seeing it here at the Copa America. And this is just so disappointing, because imagine the fans that did buy a ticket, right?
Oh, yeah.
And had trouble getting into an event that you're happy to go to. That's really disappointing. But also the videos I was seeing, it's not even like, it's just like common human courtesy that wasn't being valued. Like people were going into the vents, bro. They were trying to get into the goddamn stadium through vents.
Yeah.
Like, that's just beyond stupidity. It's horrible, and this is just, it's just been a really bad tournament, man. I'm not gonna lie. The refereeing has been so bad, although it was decent today. The amount of comments talking about the pitches. Well, if you're gonna host it in these NFL stadiums, then do something about it beforehand, or tell everyone what exactly it's going to be. And then the Uruguay claims right at the end of their last match with Bielsa going off, Jimenez going off, Darwin Nunez going off. Like, I understand the security probably should have been a lot better, but I just think all of this is on the organizers, CONMEBOL, man. It's just been miss after miss after miss, and today's game got postponed by an hour and a half, basically. That's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing.
I think we needed to make the distinction, though, because all in the media, a lot of people reactions I'm seeing, they're they're seeing this as a 50-50 blame between CONMEBOL and the USA. I think there's a distinction here.
I do too.
I think it's more like 30-20% USA,
Yeah.
80-70% CONMEBOL. Because to look at the USA, I do think there is some blame to take place in. Like, I think the turfs, I think the pitch quality, I think is in part due to the USA's inability to just be prepared for what's coming and the quality that's expected in these type of stadiums. Ticket prices, you could also argue maybe could be a part of the USA's plan going into this tournament. But CONMEBOL, for me, I think really blew it, bro, with the referees, with the handling of like how teams were hosted in certain stadiums. From what Bielsa said was that just the treatment of players and teams wasn't very professional. And then the way these games played out and what we saw today, I think a lot of that is just on CONMEBOL. And I mainly say CONMEBOL because USA has hosted major tournaments for like the past 30, 40 years, bro.
Yeah.
We hosted a World Cup in 1984 and things were perfectly fine. I think it's the fact that CONMEBOL got involved, and I don't know, man. We saw some crazy refereeing decisions in this tournament. We saw a weird bias being given to South American teams, in my opinion, and I think it all kind of trickles down to CONMEBOL specifically, man. So I give them the largest part of the blame, although I do give some to USA as well. That needs to be improved going into 2026.
And then also, just to add more dirt to this for CONMEBOL, because the decision to also extend halftime is crazy, considering that they fined teams for coming out late in other half times when it was supposed to be 15 minutes. So they're like, for the final, they're like, oh yeah, we actually don't care how long half times are. We're going to change the rules of soccer and have a 20-25 minute halftime. When you told me that, because I was unaware that this was going to happen, I was like, what? I've watched, dude, thousands and thousands and thousands of soccer games, and I've never seen a halftime be changed.
And it's weird though, because Shakira performed for, I think I counted like 7 or 8 minutes.
Yeah.
They could have done it in a 15-minute halftime. They didn't need to extend that shit. And I liked it. I liked what she did. But honestly, I mean, I'm used to seeing Super Bowl level type performances. I think there could have been more there, man.
There could have been more.
I think Waka Waka should have been saying.
Yeah.
That's my biggest thing. But I still love Shakira. I love what she did. Love the opener, specifically Hips Don't Lie. But Waka Waka should have been saying. So that's what I think, guys. That's what I think. I think going to 2026, there are major improvements to be made from the USA's perspective, but I think with the help from FIFA and from all the other confederations, we'll have a much better, more positive World Cup hosting performance, in my opinion. I just think this one got exposed because CONMEBOL's involvement, man.
I agree. Again, I think the blame on the USA is definitely up there, 20-30%, but I'm just not even thinking that this is going to happen because FIFA will just make sure this won't. FIFA's number one thing is security. FIFA's number one thing is all about organization. I trust FIFA to run a good tournament, and they'll use the USA as good hosts.
Yeah, I agree. Lads, folks, let's look at the awards for the tournament. We did this with the Euros. We're going to do it now with this tournament. I'm going to go through 4 different award categories. The first one is who gets the Player of the Tournament award. I mentioned earlier, Lautaro Martinez might have a shout because of how important he came in this tournament, scoring 4, maybe 5 goals. We also have James Rodriguez, who went off, helped bring this Colombian team to the final in this tournament with 6 assists. He was incredible. Who ends up being the Player of the Tournament for you guys? Schaffelberg getting to the semis?
My favorite Canadian, Jacob Schaffelberg. I would love to give him a shout here.
James actually won it. Obviously, CONMEBOL awards this award afterwards, so James Rodriguez already won it, but I want to know the give and goes version of it. Yeah. Do you guys agree, or do you guys think it should be somebody else?
I think James just makes sense because of the amount of assists he got. 6 is insane. So I'm fine if he does get the award. I always like to give it to winners. So if I had to give it an Argentine, I mean, I guess just Emi Martinez.
Yeah.
Like for goalkeeper, he came up big. Every time he was asked to do something in this match, he was so confident. He gobbled up every single cross that came into his box. And then he got Argentina confidently past Ecuador in that penalty shootout. So Argentina's offense didn't click for me in this tournament. I'll give it to Emi Martinez, low-key.
How many clean sheets did he have? Was it out of 6 games? Did he have 5?
Oh wow! Okay,
I think he scored on once, dude. I can't remember. I'm going blank, but it has to be. I think
they didn't get conceded against Canada.
I don't think he got scored on in the group stage.
I think it was just Ecuador.
Oh
my god,
that is crazy.
So yeah, either Martinez or like Romero or Martinez.
Man, Romero, I think was incredible too. Romero, man, I thought Romero was great. It seems like the chat agrees. I'm seeing James getting a major shout, which I'm also cool with. 6 assists, and I think he also got a goal on top of it too. So James makes sense to me. Let's do goal of the tournament. Who gets the goal of the tournament? Goal of the tournament. Let me know, because we got some interesting goals to pick from here. Didn't really get as many golazos as we got in the Euros, in my opinion. So, off the top, is there a goal that stands out to you? Rondon, the goal he scored against Canada? That
goal was crazy. Honestly, for me, I'll just kind of switch here, but that's game of the tournament for me, was Canada-Venezuela.
That was the next question.
And I'm down to say Rondon's goal, because that goal was just absolutely nuts. Yeah. It was crazy to witness live.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That has to be game of the tournament. That one has to be game of the tournament. I was going to ask that later, but this one makes sense. Game of the tournament has to go Canada-Venezuela. No one expected that to be the game of the tournament. Nobody, bro, and it lived up to it. The best knockout stage game we saw. Goal, though, I mean, I'm just thinking Pulisic had that nice one against Bolivia.
Pulisic's goal was pretty clean.
What else was there that stood out? Ecuador's own goal. Remember that one? The Incampie one from the side?
That goal pissed me off, man. It was so lucky.
Arteaga's golazo against Jamaica gets a shout in the chat. Rondon as well. Kone's goal. Rafinha's free kick also getting a shout. There's some good options here, but pick what you like. I just don't think there were that many bangers as there won the Euros, so I'm not that passionate about this category. But guys, now let's do a couple polls, because the implications of Argentina winning are actually very, very important. The first poll I want to do is actually predicting the Finalissima. We'll do the poll with the title of Who Wins, and the question will be between Spain and Argentina. I believe that game will now be scheduled for next year. The Finalissima between the Euros winner and the Copa America winner. Who do you guys have winning this matchup? Because we spoke earlier today about Spain being possibly the best team right now in the world on form, but we wanted to hold off on that because we were like, let's see how Argentina plays tonight. I think the fact that they were able to neutralize this Colombian team and still get a massive result says so much about this Argentine side. So honestly, dude, I see this game being super, super close, even if Spain is on incredible form, because Argentina, they're going to make it a match, man, no matter what.
That's my exact take, bro. I have Spain winning the Finalissima because I do think they are the best team right now. We said that after the Euro final. But Argentina, as they showed today and as they've showed this entire tournament in the last 3 years by winning their third back-to-back title, they can play against anybody. Mm-hmm. And I think even Spain, they would keep that match tight. And if Messi's in his pure health and you have a firing Lautaro Martinez, Nico Gonzalez figures his shit out, you'd still have Rodrigo the ball running the midfield. Like, Argentina's going to be fine, man. Yeah. They'd be fine. I'd still go Spain, but it'd be tight.
For me, it's with that defense, they're always going to be in games. Yeah. With that defense, and I don't see that defense getting any worse for Argentina. I think they do need a healthy Messi, though, to break this Spanish team. Because the Spanish team defensively also proved to be really, really good. Only 4 goals conceded the entire tournament. Is it true when I'm seeing in the chat that game's going to be played at Camp Nou? Is that true,
really?
Bro? Oh, that's crazy.
That's lit.
That is crazy.
That's awesome. You get, obviously, Spain, but then you have Messi who was there for his entire life.
Bro, coming home. And then going up against Yamal. The next generation. There's going to be a passing of the torch type of moment, man. If that's true, that's crazy. If that's true, that is crazy. I'm so hyped for it now. I'm so hyped for it. And I've been saying all tournament, I wish that game happened like a week after, because I want to see that right now. I want to see it right now, but we'll do a year-long wait. Let's see what happens. The chat has Spain at 53%, Argentina at 48%. I think it's that close. How many times do we have to teach you this lesson? Says Facundo. I guess he's an Argentine fan, because that's true. Every time I doubt Argentina in the past 3-4 years, they go on to win a goddamn title. So that's why I think Argentina very much has a chance at winning this game. I didn't make a pick yet. I'm going to go, at Camp Nou. If Messi's healthy, Argentina. If he's still going through some sort of knock, Spain.
And I do actually want to touch a little bit more on Argentina winning this, because you already mentioned it before, but their 15th title now in the Copa America, now being the most winning national team ever, beating out Uruguay, who have 14.
Crazy.
And then not only that, I mean, they've achieved what only Spain have done: 3 back-to-back titles, Copa America, World Cup, and now another Copa America. This is huge. And I think it's just really important because for so long, for like 20, 25 years, Argentina had produced so many good footballers, but couldn't win anything, not even a Copa America, until finally the Copa America 3 years ago, they finally lifted it, and now it doesn't look like anybody in the Americas can beat them.
No,
truly,
no,
not anybody. So it's like you consider that the midfield will probably be the same, the defense will probably be the same. If Garnacho can just get improved over the next 4 years, I have Argentina as being favorites once again in 4 years' time. Obviously, that's a lot of time, but I'm just saying it's looking really good for Argentina within the region of South and North America.
You're right, dude. Especially with the quality drop of Brazil, dude.
It's dropping in other places.
God. And until Colombia and Uruguay can get over the hump of defeating the top teams, it's going to be Argentina, man. They're going to run this region, both North and South America. So I agree. They dominate this region right now. Clarification, 16 Copa America titles now. Chad was big on that. 16
okay, my bad. Apologies.
15, 16 now. That is incredible. That brings me to my next poll. I really want to do this poll now that we have this answer, because I mentioned that if Argentina wins this tournament, that's a dynasty. That's 3 major titles in a row, matching that of Spain in 2012, 2010, 2008. Let's run the poll. Which is the better dynasty? I'm watching House of Dragons right now, so I'm talking like the dynasty. Which is the better dynasty? The Spanish dynasty or the Argentine dynasty? Let me know, guys, because now we got the answer. Argentina won. They won the Copa America, and a lot of people were saying, I'm going to hold off on saying that because we've asked this question before, and they've held off on it because let's see them win the Copa America first. But they've done it. They completed it. They won the Copa America once again, and at the same time, Spain wins the Euros too. So I think it's very symbolic. Who do you guys have as the better international dynasty, the best 4-year run, you could say? Because Spain, from 2008 to 2012, was the best international team in the world. And I think now Argentina from 2021 to 2024 has been the best international team in the world. Where do you guys land on this argument? Where do you land on it?
I like what Chris Vergara says. He basically says what I'm thinking. Spain, this Argentina team was great, but they didn't dominate the way Spain did during their dynasty. And I just completely agree with that. I think this run was a little lackluster.
Yeah, that's the thing. This run is,
man.
I agree.
And then when Spain, even when they were waning going into 2012, 2013, they still dominated that final against Italy and just went out on such a high to lift that 3rd title. Was Argentina, low-key got a little lucky here, and honestly, it should have gone a penalty. So it still is a dynasty, though. And as I said, Argentina, I think, still have more to win over the next couple years.
If they win the World Cup in 2026, does that push them over?
That would be nuts, and that easily.
That has to, right?
No, not easily.
Yeah, 4 major trophies.
Four major trophies. I wouldn't even talk about Spain.
Yeah, you can't.
I think
that's what would do it, because I think Spain still has the edge. They have more legends. The way they played changed football, tiki-taka football, and also Spanish football itself was impacted so greatly by that Spanish team domestically. I just think it's still going to take a little bit more to overtake this Spanish side. So I have Spain 2010, 2012 being the better international team. And I think the chat agrees. Spain at 51%, Argentina at 49%. It is very, very close. But I think if Argentina gets another notable victory, which they can, it's going to be crazy. They're going to smash the Spanish team. That's crazy, man. That's crazy what that implies, man. That's crazy.
Is scary.
But they'll have to do it with what Pedro Celi says here, likely without Messi, which would be crazy.
Yeah. And we've been talking about this last couple of weeks. Like, Argentina without Messi is an Argentina that we just don't know. No. We don't know what that looks like. We don't know what that's going to feel like. We honestly don't know what a ceiling of a team like that looks like. And yeah, it's scary. And I got scared seeing Messi injured on the floor. And the thing is, this whole tournament, man, he's been off injury-wise. You could tell, his thigh was hurting. Now his ankle's hurting. And I talked about it on the last stream. I just think Messi needs to prioritize his health over playing time, which is impossible given that he's in the MLS now.
Oh, dude, the MLS.
And they're going to try and squeeze as much juice as they can out of Messi.
Yes,
and just seeing him get hurt in this final, giving everything, I'm just scared he's not going to make the World Cup in 2 years. Yeah. I'm just very nervous about that. And it sucks because it's right on that cusp of he could make it, but he also might not. 39 years is old for a footballer.
It is. And for him to be healthy by that point, a lot of things got to go right. A lot of things, especially with how the MLS wants to utilize him, the tournaments that he's being asked to play, still having to play in World Cup qualification games as well. Like, low-key, he shouldn't play in any, man.
He shouldn't.
He shouldn't play in any World Cup qualification games because, like, what's the point? You're going to get in no matter what.
Yeah.
Argentina is good enough to do it. Let them take care of it. Like, if I could have it my way, I would have Messi not play for the next year, just recover, so that by the time the World Cup arrives, he is just fresh.
Yeah.
But the MLS is asking a lot out of him. Inter Miami tickets are really important.
League's Cup is coming.
Cup is coming up. The MLS All-Star game, he should technically be there, but he ain't going to go.
There's no way he's going to be there. There's no way.
But I'm just saying he's being asked to show up for a lot of events, and I'm worried. I'm worried because I want to see him at one more World Cup personally. One more.
Yeah.
Guys, let's look at the super chat. What are the give and go folks saying after this monumental victory by Argentina? Argentina are champions once again. And it starts with Gustavo Gutierrez saying, I wasn't going to drink tonight, but Messi got injured. You'll be joining him there?
Oh, yeah, I'm joining you, man.
Got
my little sippy whiskey here.
I'm going to smoke I'm going to join you with some whiskey and a cigar afterwards because, folks, we've been doing this coverage for the entire past month. And, man, we've been working our asses off.
Oh, my God,
working
man.
our asses off.
And I'd like to take the moment, dude.
Please.
Thanks to everybody who has joined in as many streams as you can. This has been an absolute pleasure covering both tournaments simultaneously. I was able to sneak in a third with the OFC Nations Cup, and that was a hell of a time. So it has been so fun to watch every single game and react with all of you beautiful people. So let's just keep doing it, man. Maybe low-key, maybe more live streams during the club season.
I think so. No, we definitely should. We should bring more live streams, I think, in general, because the fans, the chat literally makes my day every time I get to talk to you guys. Every time I see y'all's reaction, I'm so eager. I'm watching games now thinking about the chat. And I'm like, bro, what's fucking Emiliano Garcia going to say?
What's Ant-Man thinking?
What's Chris Vergara going to come in with his ball knowledge, man? I'm always excited to see. Reporter Luis Melo, what's he got to say to the game?
Oh, Luis Melo was great.
Like, I'm always looking forward to what the chat and just the whole community has for us, because I love these tournaments because we get to do the live streams. We grow as well. I think we believe this. We started this tournament at 92,000 subscribers on YouTube.
No way.
And we ended at 107,000. That's insane growth, man. It's such a pleasure and honor to cover these tournaments.
Yes.
And it's because of you guys have been so great, just being active in the chat and everything. So I'm definitely going to drink some whiskey and smoke a cigar after this because, bro, covering two tournaments at once was hell, dude. Yeah. It was hell. Good Lord. And it made the World Cup coverage feel super easy, man.
Dude.
One tournament?
No, bro.
Oh, my God.
One tournament was 2 tournaments, bro? Holy shit, man.
Oh, my God.
Well, we watched every single one, and it seriously was so fun, guys. So let's just keep doing this.
Josue Colunga, Sherman, Texas in the house. Shout out, man. We got some Sherman, Texas love.
Where, bro?
That's crazy.
Holy shit. Hey, shout out, man. That 903, baby.
903, yeah. La Masia of YouTube content creators right there, man. Give me the super chat. Let's see the super chat. What are the folks saying? We got Marco Carmona, $20. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, Marco.
Despite hating the result, I'm glad Lautaro saved the game from penalties. I expected better from Colombia. Congratulations to Argentina, the undisputed kings of America, just like Spain for Europe. The gods of football are Latin. Dude, he spoke facts. Facts.
Were you disappointed with Colombia overall? What's your take on Colombia?
Yeah, I'm disappointed. I think more so in just the hype that they had built. But I'm not disappointed in their performance. I'm disappointed that this is how the story ends. That's what it is for me. It's a narrative.
I'm down.
I think they had one of the coolest narratives in international football. Like, the past 3-4 months have been insane for Colombia, and it was brewing, bro. And I was hoping for it to climax with the victory over Argentina, but they didn't get that. I'm not disappointed with how they played because I think Argentina was just better. Yeah. So it is what it is. But for Colombia, I think they should be completely proud of this performance. They did incredible, and nothing but positive things going forward because Colombia, honestly, I think, is ahead of the schedule right now in regards to their international team with how they ended their World Cup qualification 2022. What they've done now has been incredible. They should look to really build off of what they've done so far to hopefully become like dark horses of the World Cup in 2026.
Dude, yes. And I think what Colombia have really proved to me over this tournament is that they are the best team outside of Argentina in the Americas. And I honestly, I don't even think it's close. I think if they play Brazil 5 times, they play Uruguay 5 times, they beat them pretty much every time. Yeah. Colombia, I think, have proved that they are right underneath Argentina, right there. I mean, because they were 10 minutes away from a penalty shootout in the final. final against them. And at that point, anything could have happened. They were also missing Munoz, who was, I thought, fantastic. You just consider what they've achieved and how they're winning these games and how they're competing. I agree. Colombia is ahead of schedule. They just keep this contingent together with Lorenzo as the head coach. I honestly think anything's possible for them at the World Cup.
Yeah, I'm thinking like James will be 2 years older by the World Cup. That's notable, bro.
That'll be be definitely notable.
That's notable.
That'll be tough for them. But I do think the rest of the squad is being fleshed out so well. It will be a miss for them offensively, but somebody's got to be able to come in and give a different type of output, but maybe just the same amount.
And kind of going off the comment that Marco Carmona sent us, I agree. I'm actually happy at the end of the day that Argentina won outright, because both Argentina and Spain in their tournaments as undisputed kings of their region.
I like that.
Like, there's no question.
Yeah.
There's no, if it goes to penalties, it's a lottery at that point. It's a matter of luck. But with Spain and the way they won today, Argentina as well, their whole path, they are clearly the two best teams in football right now, and especially of their region. So I agree. The gods of football are Latin. Luis Melo says, my life savings, crying emoji, but hats off to Argentina. Were you serious, bro? You were serious about that shit? I don't remember how much it was. I don't remember how much he bet, but bro.
I think he bet the house, right?
No, Luis, no. We need some donations for Luis Melo, man. Put your Venmo in the description or something, man. We got to help you, bro. Luis Garcia says Conmebol is to blame for the mess, not the stadium.
Right.
Remarking about the conditions that we saw and the treatment. I think Conmebol definitely takes the majority of the blame, although the USA also could do a lot better going into the World Cup. OG Queens, one of my favorites, says Copa America, I give it a D. A mess. Security ticket prices are insane. Spent $1,200 for semifinal tickets. Hope the World Cup is much better organized, please. Argentina, just a fantastic. USA and Spain can stop them in 2026. That's crazy he spent that much, but that's also a sign of just the management of this tournament, man.
Yeah.
That's so much money. I wish it was much more affordable for people, honestly.
Yeah, well, and that's why I like FIFA's run of the World Cup. It's just a lottery. You may or may not get a ticket, but if you do get the ticket, it'll be at a reasonable price.
Yeah.
And then if you go, oh my God, like you'll just be around fans who are just as passionate. So yeah, that is the unfortunate thing about this Copa, man. That's a lot of money, but semifinals were fun though.
No, yeah. Shout out to you, OG Queens. You've been a big member of this community, active always every time we do a stream. So shout out to you, my friend. Shout out to you. David
sorry, real quick. Sorry. I do want to say USA definitely will have a chance at 2026. I just want to put that out there because I completely agree, OG. I completely agree.
How many times am I going to teach you this lesson, old man? David Caferata says, love from Western Sydney, Australia. What a game. Vamos Argentina. Dynasty team, no debate. Gracias, Leo. Diego para siempre. Di Maria y todo Argentina. Always remember, we are all going to die, so be kind always.
Dude, amen, man. That was like a prayer, dude.
Bro, the vibes in Australia are crazy, man. If they're all like that.
It is, man.
David, thank you so much, man. Congratulations, dude. It sounds like you're an Argentina fan, judging by your profile picture and your love for Leo. Shout out to you, my friend. Congratulations and love and peace always, bro. Luis Torres says security is checking people's tickets on the way out.
If that's true, that's crazy. Because imagine if you snuck in and are you gonna get arrested? I wonder if that's true because that's crazy.
I read reports that there was an estimated 5,000 to 10,000 people that snuck in.
Right.
Thousands, bro.
And if that's true, then that means people who had tickets didn't get in.
No, there are people getting interviewed with like literally ticket evidence outside the gates being like, I paid $2,000 for my ticket, but I wasn't able to get in because people took my place.
That's crazy.
Bro, that's crazy.
That happened to me in Mexico, so I know how it feels.
That's crazy though, man. Alfred Ferdinand Russell says, what do y'all think about the Finalissima, Argentina versus Spain? Will Messi still be around to pass the torch to Yamal? We spoke on this earlier. I'm going Argentina if Messi is healthy. I'm going Spain if Messi isn't healthy. And yes, I do think he'll ultimately pass the torch to Yamal. You're going to go Spain on this one?
I'm going Spain, but the idea of Messi being there while Yamal is there too, if it is at the Camp Nou, that is insane. I hope we get to see that, truly. I hope Messi is healthy and is at that game because that'll just be a spectacle.
Yeah. Edri Navas, football won today. The GOAT is inevitable. Lamine, Messi. I can't believe this is my life. Love you guys. Congrats on 100K. Vamos, vamos, vamos.
Yeah,
I mean, bro, if you're Argentine,
If you're Barcelona,
and you're a Barca fan,
you're a Barca fan, man.
oh my goodness, what a summer it's been. The summer low-key might have been better for Barca fans than the actual season.
Yeah, you said that earlier, and I was like, dude, you're right. Especially if you get Nico Williams, too. And then
That's rare, though, man. It's rare to go into the off-season,
crazy.
like, actually more excited than the actual regular season. But Barca fans are feasting. Feasting after what we
bro.
saw at this summer, man. Feasting. Captain Crunch Guy, he says, I saw some fans sneak through the ventilation system. Bro, how is that even possible?
I just can't believe they even had the thought to be like, oh, we can get in if we go through the vents.
Like, bro, how is that possible? They did look big enough, but holy shit, dude. Like, I saw the video. I
did too,
can't
man.
believe
It's
that, bro.
stupid.
I
I'm just going to
can't-
say it. It's downright
It's
stupid.
But do you think it worked?
I bet it did for a couple people.
Damn, dude.
Maybe.
That's crazy.
That's
Imagine the
crazy.
story of I snuck into the Copa America final through a fucking vent.
You're like using the urinal and like the hatch like opens and on top and you're like, what the? And like 5 Colombians come out and you're like, holy shit.
That'd be fucking nuts.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be nuts. Asher Colin Diaz says, hey lads, when Argentina won World Cup 2022, y'all compared Spain 2010 to them on a legacy perspective. What do y'all want to say now that Argentina have won a similar haul to Spain 2010? We just spoke on this. Basically, the takeaway was the way that Argentina performed in this Copa America leaves us a little higher on Spain 2010 than Argentina 2022. But if Argentina go on and win a World Cup or go deep in the World Cup, I think the dynasty just gets extended and they can ultimately have a say in this debate with something really positive at the World Cup. OG Queen says 2026 Spain or USA, if they get a serious coach, can dethrone Argentina. Believe that.
Believe it,
USA
baby.
fan.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
OG Queen speaking nothing but truth here. No, truly. USA have that potential. Spain already have proven that they have that potential, that they've already met that potential. The USA have a lot of work to do, but I do think there is the possibility that they can get there.
Bro, you and OG Queens, y'all need to meet, bro. Y'all need to be on the pod together. Some shit. That shit would be crazy. Mateo Pegasus says, I have to glaze and say I love the channel. What's next, Give and Go family? Thank you, my boy, man. Thank you. What's next? A week-long break. A week-long break. Let's
It'll be
relax.
nice.
Let's just take it all in, man, because we've been working hard. The fans have been active as well. We're taking a break, and then we're heading to Columbus, Ohio to go cover the MLS All-Star Week with Goal.
Yeah.
Goal USA, so that's exciting. And after that, we'll see. I mean, Olympic coverage, you might see that.
I see a bit of it. We'll do a little bit of it for sure.
Transfer rumors, of course, are always really big, and then just kind of previewing the upcoming season in football. So we're going to keep it going, bro, because football is year-round. It's year-round. There's always something to talk about.
Some Sudamericana actions going on down in South America. That could be fun. And knockout stage is about to start. So.
Liga MX already in action.
Liga MX already in action.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about, man. Yeah. We're behind. We got to catch up.
We're behind.
Marco Carmona, battle of the drinks. Cafe versus mate. I'm a cafe guy. Although I haven't actually tasted genuine mate.
Dude, I want to try mate. I really do. After seeing it so much, I just want to know what it tastes like. And like get a good mate too. Like make sure it's made correctly so I can give an accurate assessment.
Yes, dude, I agree. I need genuine, authentic mate.
Yeah.
I just feel like I can't get that. Can I get that in the USA?
I don't know, man.
Can y'all let me know in the chat? Can I get genuine, authentic mate in the USA? Let me know. Do I have to make an Argentine friend? Because I got a couple of those. Here. I got Connor from Deadball TV. I got Augustine from Debatable Football Opinions. I got my Argentines.
Yeah.
Do I need to go up to them? Because Chad, I need to know, where can I get good mate? And specifically, I'm in Austin, Texas. So let me know, where can I get some good mate if you know in Austin, Texas? Because I need to try it. But personally, I'm a cafe guy. Emiliano Garcia says, appreciate all the hard work you guys put in for both tournaments. Can't wait for more in the future. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much. We definitely want to do more live streams just outside of tournaments because the community that we have is so dope, man. I love hearing what y'all have to say about the game. So we're definitely going to try to get more live streams going. Mateo Pegasus says, let's go Team Black. Hashtag House of Dragons. Bro, this show is hitting right now, man. It is hitting. Give me a W in the chat if you're watching House of Dragons, bro. I am loving what I'm seeing. Episode 4 was crazy, and I'm going to catch up on episode 5 tonight. So I am excited, man. I am excited. You're not watching House of Dragons, right?
I haven't watched a TV show in 2, maybe 3 years.
What have you been doing instead, bro?
I'm watching a lot of soccer, bro. This channel is taking over my life, man.
Captain Crunch Guy. Conmebol invites Liga MX teams and MLS next so Messi can beat Club America in the final of the Libertadores and Messi lifts his last trophy. A proposed narrative here for Messi and how he gets his last trophy through a Copa Libertadores victory.
You know, I truly, and I thought about this when Messi came over last year, which is crazy. Messi was almost a year to the dot that he made his debut for Inter Miami. But I was thinking, man, imagine if Messi was like 3 years younger.
Damn.
Imagine what he could do in the States, in Mexico, and in South America at club level. He could have moved waves, bro. He could have changed cultures. But unfortunately, I just do think he's a bit old.
I'm actually kind of pissed at that PSG tenure. Imagine if we just got another year extra.
Yeah.
Because he didn't do shit at PSG.
Yeah, and
there's nothing for him.
There's nothing for him there in France. Like, he'd already proven himself. He'd probably proven he could do anything in Spain and in Europe. So just he should have come over earlier.
Yeah, like the only positive I can give to PSG is that it allowed him to just coast going into the World Cup. And that's it. Afterwards, dude, like there was nothing for him to gain at PSG. He had done it all. I wish that after Barcelona, he had just gone straight to the MLS and just enjoyed another year of good health in this league and seeing what he could do, because I would love to see him lift a Copa Libertadores or some sort of trophy like that, because I just think that'd be dope. I want to see him get involved with South America too, like at the club level. Captain Crunch Guy says, Conmebol. Oh, we already read that. Here we go. Luis Melo. $50 super chat.
Wow, Luis. Thank you, man.
Money bags, Melo. Oh my God. I second what Emiliano Garcia said. You guys deserve a round of applause for all your hard work on all these live streams. Hell of a work, guys. Reporter Melo sent you guys a gift through mail for all the hard work these streams, man. And for the 100,000 milestone.
Dude.
Luis fucking Melo, man.
Dude,
what
thank you, Luis.
What a
thank
guy.
you, man.
What a guy.
Seriously.
What a super chat, man.
Wow.
Incredible. I'm excited to see what you sent us. You famously sent us some jerseys a couple months ago that we have right here. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you for all your activity in the chat. And I'm always excited to see what you have to say about the sport. I'll be chatting with you on Instagram. So shout out to you, my friend. We need to have a drink one day, man. We need to have a drink one day. So thank you so much. Marco Carbona saying, Adios Di Maria. Which Euro/Copa America retirement angle hurt more? Kroos, my peak?
I think it's just crazy that Kroos is just done with football. I think that's the crazier part. But Di Maria at international level, I'm gonna miss him. I got a little emotional when he was done at the end of the game, because I was like, damn, I've been watching Di Maria pretty much my entire football fan life. My entire life. He's also the reason why Atletico didn't win a UEFA Champions League in 2014. He is the reason. And he's also the reason why Argentina won the World Cup a year and a half ago, man. He was instrumental in that final. He's a baller. Absolute baller. Angel Di Maria. There will never be a winger quite like him, I think, for the rest of time, man. He's truly a really unique player.
I can't believe he gave as many minutes today as he did. Dude, I didn't think that was needed. I didn't think that was asked of him, but he still did it. Because at the end of the day, he's Angel Di Maria. And he will give everything for his jersey and for his national team. And so shout out to him. Respect to Di Maria. I don't have as much of a personal connection with him as you do. I appreciate him. And obviously playing against Di Maria, whenever Mexico played, I mean, he's just very annoying to play against, because he is so fast, so tricky on the wings, and also very smart. And at his peak, bro, in his prime, I mean, he's the all-time leading assister for PSG, I believe. He could send a beautiful ball in, bro. Beautiful ball in. Yeah. And he's just dangerous. So dangerous.
So quick,
dangerous,
man.
So quick, and can finish in so many different ways. So Di Maria is going to be missed on the international stage. Thankfully, he's not retiring. As for Kroos, man, I'm a little bitter because, bro, this man could have kept playing for 3 to 4 years at the highest level and been perfectly fine.
Just go back to Germany. Go play for Cologne or something, man. If you want to go back home, fine. Just still play football. I don't get it, man. Bro.
That's what I'm saying. You have a duty to the footballing fans that appreciate genius, man. This man is a genius on the ball. One of the best midfielders I've ever seen. Calling it quits at 34. I get it. It's a great way to go out, but I low-key want to see what Kroos with the wheels falling off kind of looks like.
I know. Yeah, we'll never know. Like, does he get less accurate?
Yeah.
Is like, what happens with an old Kroos? Because we're never gonna see it. That is crazy.
He wouldn't allow us to have that, and that's the most classic Real Madrid shit, man. Yeah. Like, you gotta leave on top.
I get
gotta
it.
leave on top. Adan says, now I need to figure out what to do with the rest of my life till club football starts. Same, dude. We're about to go through withdrawals. It happens every major tournament. Yeah. Every major tournament.
Mexican soccer's back up though, so there's technically always football to be had, my friend.
That is true. That is true. Abhishek Dubey sends us some. I don't know what currency that is.
We will. I will find out what the currency that is. I will find that out. So don't worry, Abhishek. Thank you so much.
Rupees. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you so much. Thank you, Brian Picho. I like that last name. Imagine you had a player on your team named Picho.
Brian Picho.
El Picho. Congrats to Argentina. Funny how no other team besides Ecuador scored on Argentina. Mark my words. Ecuador will come back and win the next Copa America.
So curious to see who's the next coaches for Ecuador. Have they announced that yet? I haven't kept up with them since then, but Ecuador have so much talent. They proved that they can do something, but I just think they need a better organizer because Felix Sanchez ultimately wasn't it. They still need, I think, a bit players. They need to figure out who's going to replace Ener Valencia. I think there's a lot more work Ecuador have to do to reach a higher level.
They're not winning a Copa America, though.
Copa America's tough.
He said, mark my words. Ecuador will win. They're not winning a Copa America.
They could be feisty. I can give them that, but I just think they regress a little bit at this tournament.
Man, record this stream right now. Make this a clip. In 4 years' time, play it. Ecuador is not winning a Copa America, man. They are not. What's a famous Ecuadorian thing? You know?
I have no idea.
Yeah. Equator?
Turtles.
Turtles?
Tortoises.
I'll raise a turtle in my home and have him be the pet of the Give and Go for 10 years, and then I will release him in Ecuador for 10 years afterwards if Ecuador wins the Copa America.
I think that's very fair.
And I'm very, very certain about this.
Yeah, that's very fair.
Very, very certain. Tom Talks Film says Canada will do better than the USA in 2026. Low-key, man. Low-key, Canada might be the best CONCACAF team, bro. Low-key.
What do you say? What happened?
Hey, Tom Talks Film says Canada will do better than the USA in 2026.
I'd love to see that. I really would. I like Canada. They also have my favorite Canadian player of all time, Jacob Schaffelberg.
Oh, shit.
And in 2 years' time, he's just going to be even better. That's going to be really exciting to see. Canada, honestly, had a great tournament. Let's be honest. Semi-final appearance in their debut. Jesse Marsch just joined this team a month ago, and they look great. I think they reached their prime level that they reached a year and a half ago. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, we've seen how not good that is, and I think we saw that in this tournament as well. But if they can just shore up a couple positions, if their defense can be a little bit tighter, if Jonathan David can just be more clinical in front of goal, if they can get a better midfielder alongside Eustáquio, I think Canada honestly has a really good chance of having a great World Cup.
I think they're set to have a great World Cup because they lost to champions twice. They lost to Argentina. And that makes sense. Argentina is the top team in the world right now. Lowest they get is number 2 if you want to look at it like that because Spain is playing so well. Like, that's okay. I think I want to see in the World Cup, how does Canada play against let me think about a more second tier type team. How do they play against like a Turkey? How do they play against Iran?
Yeah.
How do they play against maybe even Japan, for example? Like, I wonder where they rank in those levels of international football.
Yeah.
Because we saw them get dominated by the best team in the world, but then we also saw them beat feisty South American teams like Chile, Peru, and Venezuela.
Exactly.
So I'm interested to see what those matchups look like.
Yeah.
Christopher Molina says, bro, how the fuck did England and Colombia lose? I lost $1,000.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, on the channel, we did say that Argentina and Spain would win, so.
Yeah.
You know.
Actually, yeah, that's true. I don't know how you lost that.
I don't know how you lost that then.
I don't know how you lost that, man. Abhishek Dubey says, amazing work by you two. Thank you for always keeping us updated because different time zones in India to follow Copa America, but you kept us updated. So I'm assuming that currency was India.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
is that what it's called in India? Rupees?
Yeah, it's kind of an R.
I think so.
Yeah?
I think so, yeah.
Damn, that's awesome. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you so much, and always happy to cover the tournament for you.
Absolutely.
And best of luck to your international team, although I don't see much future there.
There's nothing in India football-wise.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I'm trying.
We gave it a chance too.
I gave it a chance. At the Asian Cup, man. The Overwhelmer says thoughts on the third place match: Canada B team.
Didn't see it.
About it. No, bro,
I didn't see it, yeah. Sorry, I just don't like third place matches, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, and Uruguay having to go to extra time to then tie the match, apparently 2-2, goes to penalties, and Uruguay wins then, I believe. I'm not even sure, bro. I'm not even sure. Yeah. Northern Boy 973 says, thank you, Reynoso Soltero. The way you cover football is top-notch. Gracias.
Thank you, brother. Seriously.
Thank you, bro. No, thank you, Northern Boy. You're also a regular in the chat. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you for watching all our live streams and always participating, because I love to see the participation, man. Thank you, bro. Eddie Fifi says, think today was to be Messi's last game with Argentina, but don't want to announce it because he don't want to overshadow Di Maria's last game.
The way he was crying, bro, kind of made sense.
Yes.
It does make sense, but I don't know. There's got to be somebody in his ear being like, bro, you have to play the World Cup. There's got to be somebody telling him
or
that.
something. Like Thiago. Like, I mean,
there you go,
but you're in the States.
He's already here.
You're where the World Cup's being hosted, dude.
Yeah.
I just think he has to, ultimately. But I am scared. The way he cried, I think maybe there was a weight of, this might be my last time wearing the jersey. Kev says, Soltero, any thoughts on Aguirre being Mexico's coach?
I actually want to push this to you, because is this the rumors that's happening?
It's a very strong rumor from what I'm seeing.
Really?
I'm not sure if it's official, but it's very, very strong.
My generic thoughts is, obviously I like it. I think what he's done at Mallorca has been fantastic, and what he's done just in mid-tier Spain is amazing. But what do you think? Like, do you like it?
I like it.
Cool with it?
I like it. I prefer it much over Jimmy Lozano. I don't love it, but I also disagree with a lot of people. Like, I saw Herculez Gomez, for example, really criticize this move because this would be Aguirre's third time with the national team.
So just like backtracking.
Yeah, and you know, he wasn't successful in his tenure with Monterrey, for example, recently, going back to Liga MX, essentially saying that whenever he gets involved with Mexican football, he doesn't do well, whereas outside Mexican football, he thrives. I can kind of see something in that, but I think Aguirre is probably the best Mexican coach that we have right now. The rest of the options are just foreigners. So I actually like Aguirre getting a third chance here with a different type of crew, a different type of context as well. He has been asked to take us past the round 16 in previous memory. Now it's about just finding good players and building a somewhat cohesive squad. So I think it's a different mission that's being presented to him, and I'm all for it. So I actually like Aguirre.
I like it because, and this was a take I had when Lozano was in contention for the job, Mexico just need a guy who's used to mid-tier players. And that's not even a shot. It's just the reality of Mexico's talent right now. Like, the joke was they just need to get Burnley, like Sean Dyche needs to coach the Mexican team because he knows how to just organize a team that doesn't have the best talent. I think Aguirre is that guy. He's just the Mexican version. Because what he did with Mallorca, it wasn't amazing, but it was better than they were expecting.
I think it's amazing.
And that there is the motto that Mexico need to have. It's not going to be amazing, but if you can punch above your weight in any way, Aguirre might be that guy. So I'm very fine if he gets appointed.
I agree with that completely. Four-Side Football says, the problem Ecuador had going into this Copa is all three left backs got injured. Kevin, our striker, was injured for 6 months before Copa started, and obviously our joke of a coach.
Yeah, that was a huge miss. Not having a Estupiñán was massive, and that was definitely understood, especially if you consider that it's Preciado and Estupiñán who provide the main width. You're missing half of that side. So I completely understand. That is a huge miss for Ecuador. Although, I don't know. I just think, Kevin Rodriguez, is who you're saying, he did ultimately play. I need him to develop way more if he's going to play at this high level.
My problem with Ecuador isn't about their defense. I thought their defense was great. I thought Felix, Torres and Pacho were amazing. Yes, Estupiñán improves it, and he also adds a little bit more of a dynamic flair offensively, but he's not the solution. I think for me, it's the purely offensive players that need to figure their shit out for Ecuador, because I just didn't see a lot of chemistry and a lot of mobility, honestly, up there that was something positive. So that's my fear for Ecuador, is offensively specifically. Defense, I think, is one of your best traits, honestly. Aria says, as a Barca fan today, doesn't get much better. The greatest ever one and a future great one. What a time, Messi go. Dude,
exactly, man. Exactly.
These Barca fans, man,
I get it.
Feeling good after the summer, man. It's crazy. I can't believe it.
I was saying that we got to watch every Barca game next year, man. I think so. Low-key, let's become Barca fans for a little bit.
Give and go, folks. I know that we've only been around for 2 years. I believe 2 full seasons, 2.5, I think, total. But we never really covered Barca because during that time...
Well, because fuck them.
Yeah, they've been... Well...
I know we're not that good.
I'm not like that. I don't care about that league. I know you got more... You're Atleti fan.
I'm an Atleti fan.
I know you got a little bit more in there. I'm a Liverpool fan. But still, regardless, we haven't covered them because I think of the quality of the team. They just haven't been that great, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
But with the growth of Lamine Yamal, and if they get Nico Williams, bro, I'm watching every game. Watching every game. We're talking about it. Yeah. So Barca fans are going to eat this upcoming season, man. They're going to eat because the Give and Go will finally talk about fucking Barca. Michael Talks Football says, all-nighter because of Conmebol debacle before the game. FIFA have a lot of work to prepare the USA before the World Cup. Big ups, guys. Great coverage. Dude, this is an all-nighter. It's 12:20 p.m. where we're at right now. We're still going.
Yeah, and he's in Europe. So,
he's in Finland.
So it's pretty crazy. Like, what, it's like 6 a.m. over there? 7 a.m.?
He's waking up right now.
He's waking up.
He's got coffee right now and shit.
No, but thank you, Michael. Thank you,
That's
man.
my boy Michael, though. He'd be covering the tournament, too. So shout out to him. Shout out to any other content creators out there all putting in that work. Shout out to you guys. FIFA Rigged says, El Toro for Ballon d'Or. Italy's and Copa's top scorer. Lautaro.
Oh, is that his?
Yeah, that's what it is. Lautaro El Toro, I think is what they call him. Yeah, he was a top scorer in Italy.
And he's been the top scorer in Italy for a couple seasons now. I mean, he is clinical in front of goal. And I think that's why we wanted to highlight him here, because he finally showed up for Argentina. I think I saw a comment way earlier saying Lautaro is no longer just a qualification guy. Like he has now shown up in the massive way for Argentina at a major tournament. And you could say he is the reason why they won this game today against Colombia. Martinez showing up.
And, you know, I made a note of people who improved their Ballon d'Or stock in the Euros and the Copa America. I mean, Lautaro, with the season he had with Italy, or not with Italy, with Inter Milan. He was one of the top scorers in all of Europe. And then matching that, the Copa America actually improved his stock. He actually improved his stock. I think the only mark, honestly, on his entire season was getting knocked out in the Champions League, round of 16.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. And missing the penalty.
Atleti.
Which is still flying. And Atleti being the team.
That was a fun
that was a crazy
matchup.
Crazy game. And it's just nice that he bounced back from that, because that missed penalty was horrible.
Terrible.
Horrible. Northern Boy says, there's rumors of Klopp being a choice for U.S. men's national team. What are your thoughts? Before I ship this over to you, I think it was made official that Klopp made a note of remarking to that and said that he wasn't interested.
Right. And that's what I would have said too, is I think it's been official that he's not going to do it. And the thing is, when I heard the rumors and it was still alive, I low-key knew that Klopp probably wouldn't take this job, because why would you leave Liverpool and to go to USA as your next immediate job? It just wouldn't make sense for me, knowing Klopp, the type of manager that he is. He likes to build empires, likes to build dynasties. He would have less than 2 years to get the USA where they need to be for the World Cup. It just doesn't seem like Klopp's that guy. But dude, I'd love to have a guy like Klopp. Like, ultimately, that's the goal for the USA. Get a true tactician that can put together this talent, because as I've said before, I do think the USA has a ceiling that we have not reached yet. And I think a good manager has the ability to unlock that. So if it's not going to be Klopp, I don't know who the hell it's going to be. I think we missed out on Jesse Marsch, low key. Canada's reaping those benefits. We just got to get the next best guy. The next best guy.
Yeah, I agree. I think we said it in our reaction when we found out that Berhalter had gotten fired live on stream. We mentioned Klopp, but I was just like, that's a dream. That is a dream, and it's a dream that we've all woken up from already, because he is out on it completely. Klopp has no business being near this USA team, in my opinion. Although he would have been great, I just don't see how it makes sense from his perspective. Last thing I want to remark on, because we've gone through all the super chats, we've said our graces, we've covered the tournament, we've done everything we could talk about. Obviously, I'm already seeing it in the chat. I've been seeing it for the past hour, and I just want to acknowledge it. It's the claims of this being a rigged tournament.
Okay, yeah.
Where you stand on that?
Rigged is such a harsh word. I don't even want to use it. But I will just say, Argentina get really easy paths. That's it. Is it rigged? I guess you could say rigged, because rigged means you finagle with the order of things. So maybe it's rigged, but rigged just seems so negative. At the end of the day, Argentina have to win these games. Yeah. And every time they show up. For the most part, honestly, I feel like the refs don't really get involved with Argentina games, and I like that, because I think Argentina are just better. They're better than all of their opponents. I wish they had to play Uruguay and Brazil on their way to the final, right? That'd be nice to see. Yep. But they beat Colombia today. They beat Colombia in the final. Argentina are Copa champions. I say no funny business happened. Argentina are winners, fair and square.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I watched the live stream of the draw when it happened, and I mean, I just think they got lucky. They got lucky with an easy path. Like, I like to be a little naive when it comes to like the puppeteer behind football type of, visual. You know, I don't like to think that there's people pulling the strings, although there probably is. But, I just like to think that they got a lucky path, that the balls that were drawn were just in their favor. And, it is what it is. They still have to go out there and they have to win these games. I don't think there were many controversial calls from Argentina's perspective, at least that I can think of off the top. So I'm cool with it because ultimately they faced off against a really tough quality opponent at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And it was Colombia, and they beat them. They beat their better team.
They're better.
They beat them. They could have won this game regulation. Nico Gonzalez wanted to be a hero today. He didn't. So it's all right with me. I'm not going to say rigged on this one, but I'm just going to say a little lucky. I'll say a little lucky.
I like that.
Folks, I think that's how we're going to end it with one more super chat from Freddy Hativa, his first super chat on our stream. Thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you, Freddy.
Clap to Ecuador. To Ecuador would be the most ridiculous visual, bro.
He'd be the guy they need, though. Like, straight up, Copa America might be in contention if Clock goes to Ecuador.
Yeah, sorry, I was lost in a comment about someone saying, now what are you saying? It's rigged. Any doubt about Argentina? Respectable champions, they know how to win trophies.
Yeah, that's what we said.
I just said it wasn't rigged.
Yeah, that's what we said. Is that
he's saying that we are saying it's rigged.
Oh, no, but that's what I'm saying is we're saying the opposite of what he's saying.
I'm saying the opposite of what you're saying, Saddam.
We're saying the opposite, bro.
I'm saying the opposite. Sensei Diego says, Reynoso Soltero, love your channel and keep up the energy, guys. Glad I found you guys back in 2022. Always listening while working graveyard shifts.
Damn, Sensei. That's dope.
Damn.
I'm glad you're here with us, too, because it's been great reading all your comments every single time, bro.
Are you an actual sensei? Oh, working graveyard shifts as a sensei? That sounds like a crazy gig. Hector S says, I told you guys, 2025 Finalissimo, Messi farewell at the Camp Nou against Spain. Bro, that's going to be a crazy, crazy game. You already know we're going to live stream for that when we have to because I cannot wait. I'm already looking forward to it, and I think it's going to be incredible. Chris Vergara says, great summer, guys. Big ups to Give and Go. Thank you so much, man. We're about to sign off. TLB20 says, I'm out of the stadium now. I want to say a big thank you for all the streams. This has been the greatest summer of my life. Vamos Argentina.
Vamos Argentina.
Damn.
Incredible. Hopefully the game was fun. Hopefully the atmosphere honestly looked great.
Yeah.
That when the Argentines started singing, I was like, damn, okay, this is dope. And this is a beautiful time to be Argentine.
Yeah,
beautiful.
And true, this is the first time they went in the summer because 2021 was still kind of COVID,
It was a COVID title.
It was a COVID title. 2022 was winter.
That's
Qatar.
true. This one was again. It's that summer vibes, that OG feeling you get when everyone's enjoying international football. Argentina get to lift that trophy in that atmosphere.
Guys, let's end it with this. The Give and Go is signing off on our tournament coverage, Copa America and Euros. We ended with the trophy ourselves. Thank you guys so much. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe on your way out. We'll be back soon, though. We're going to take a break, but we'll be back soon to once again continue covering this beautiful sport of football. Until next time, guys. Peace.